There's my recording. Okay, got to record these things. All right, here's how it works. When you type things into the chat, they show up on the big screen over there. And then I talk to you about them. It's pretty simple. Try it out. Type something in the chat. It may be saying something about stars, but don't you believe that. Nothing to do with that. Here, I'll do a hi. See, just to test it out. Boom, there's a hi. And then that shows up on the big screen over there, right? Huh? Hi. And it shows up on my screen over here. Hi. It's 11:14 p.m. and a.m. and it's time to start the big show. So when there's nobody in the room, as is the case now and most of the time, I like to spin the wheel. Then I can read something pretty. So let's do that. Let's spin the wheel. As you can see on the wheel, we got all kinds of fun choices. We got poems and songs and riddles and monologues. I might even talk about my personal feelings. It all depends on the wheel. Oh, feelings, there you go. I'm not going to talk about my feelings right now because the room is empty, so I'm going to find something that's not personal. It feels kind of weird yelling your feelings into the void. Wisdom, always a favorite. Let's head into the wisdom corner. We'll lay down some wisdom from on high. I have a vast collection of wisdom. I want to do this one real quick because it's a friend of mine and I wanted to make her a clip just to let her know that I was reading and I appreciate what she's doing. So make sure my hair's okay. And we shall read the quote. Here we go. When do we enjoy things? When you're young, adulthood looks so glamorous until suddenly you're in it, and it feels the same as being alive always has. Performing on Broadway sounds like a dream come true you can't even imagine, but once you get there, it's a job like any other job, and you'd rather be with your wife, and the train you need isn't running today, and your friend is out of town, and crap, you forgot to go feed her cat. We like to believe there are future versions of ourselves who will be fulfilled once we get the degree, once we have the house, once we've been to Rome, but the only version that exists is now. You will always be now. Now will always feel like you don't know what you're doing and you're not sure how you got there and it's not what you imagined. But that's all you've got. Enjoy it. That's wisdom from Rebecca Rajewski. Yay. I think I got that one right. It's kind of tricky because these aren't exactly marked. All right, I'm ready for the next wisdom. If anybody's watching, thank you for your patience. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't forget that one. Let's see. No, good. There we go. Liberty. Half of the American people. There you go. We'll come back to it. Hey, Dad's here. Good morning, Dad. Let's go back to the talk show desk. Thanks for coming in early, Dad. I'm very glad to see you. Is the family back home yet? I always like to check in and see how everybody's doing. Things are going well here. I'll tell you all about it at 4 o'clock. No real excitement. Tried to go see a wrestling show yesterday with Orion. He wasn't into it, so we had to leave early on. I think I may have offended the promoter. Almost got offered a job as a ring announcer, which I've always wanted to try. That was exciting, but then we left early and the boss saw it, so we probably won't be getting that job. No big deal. Other than that, things are great. The kids are healthy. They're enjoying school. Creative, fun. Charlotte's awesome. Debbie's working very, very hard all the time. How are things with you? Wish I could think of more to say. I'll come back to it, It's a live chat. You type something, and then I'll come back and I'll respond to the thing you typed. It's going to be great. Let's spin the wheel for now. Oh, good old wheel. You always cheer me up, wheel. Shakespeare. All right, let us head to the Shakespeare stage. Nope. No. All right, then. Shakespeare it is. I believe, as you know, we've been making our way through the sonnets, hoping to read every sonnet out loud before I die. I am currently on sonnet 131. How about that, folks? I'm going to scooch this over. There we go. This is, it's okay. All right, here we go. This is sonnet 131. Thou art as tyrannous, so as thou art, as those whose beauties proudly make them cruel. For well thou know'st, to my dear doting heart, thou art the fairest and most precious jewel. Yet in some faith, some say that thee behold thy face hath not the power to make love groan. To say they err, I dare not be so bold, although I swear it to myself alone. And to be sure that is not false, I swear, 1,000 groans, but thinking on my face, one on another's neck, do witnesses bear thy black is fairest in my judgments placed. In nothing art thou black, save in thy deeds, and thence this slander, as I think, proceeds. Yeah, sonnet burn. Sonnet burn. Shakespeare is mad at somebody. That was like a diss rap, but Shakespeare. Take that, whoever that was about. Let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Everything sound okay, Dad? Ask me anything. There you go. Now's your chance. Ask me anything you want. The lines are... Hey, Chris is here. Hey, Johnny, I miss seeing you on Carnival. Thank you very much for saying... Hold on, Chris. Let's go to the chat, shall we? Hi, Chris. I miss seeing you on Carnival, too. I don't have your last name on this thing, so I'm not positive which Chris you are. But I miss Carnival. I haven't been back in about 3 years. I might go back a little bit this year, next year. Maybe. We'll see. I got a little special I'm taping in November. We'll see how that goes. But if I do go back to ships, I think I might go to Celebrity. I hear they treat you pretty well out there, and the day-to-day stuff is always what was a hassle for me. So thanks for saying so. Where are you writing in from, Chris? Is that my friend Chris from Maine? Is that my friend Chris from Vermont? Is that Chris Perdeau, used to be the booker in Miami, Florida? I'll never know. Thanks for saying hi, whoever you are. Stick around. We're going to spin the wheel. Here we go. Ooh, Zen Cohen. Let's go to the campfire. As you may know, Zen koans are teaching tools used in the study of Japanese Buddhism. There's 100 collected that I have. I believe I'm currently in the 90s right now, so that's pretty exciting. Let us find our Zen koans. Here we go. Listen close. Might be worth knowing. I believe we were teaching the ultimate. This is Zen koan number 97, Teaching the Ultimate. In early times in Japan, bamboo and paper lanterns were used with candles inside. A blind man visiting a friend one night was offered a lantern to carry home with him. I do not need a lantern, he said. Darkness or light is all the same to me. I know you do not need a lantern to find your way, his friend replied, but if you don't have one, someone else may run into you. So you must take it. The blind man started off with a lantern, and before he had walked very far, someone ran squarely into him. Look out where you're going, he exclaimed to the stranger. Can't you see this lantern? Your candle has burned out, brother, replied the stranger. Worth thinking about. Hey, we got 2 Chris's going now. This is exciting. Chris from Houston. Oh, hold on. He said something nice. I'm going to go back to the chat. There we go. Got 2 nice Chris's coming in. Now, Chris number 1, oh, wow, that's really high praise. Chris, he said, quote, I saw you several years ago. You were the most memorable comic out of 12 cruises. That's very, very kind of you to say. I sincerely hope you got a refrigerator magnet. That's Really nice to say. Thank you. Chris is from Houston. Beautiful. I was probably on a Galveston ship then. And secondary Chris says, hello, Johnny. I don't know who secondary Chris is. I don't have last names on this thing. But hello, Chris. If you're the Chris from Florida, hello. If you're the Chris from Maine, hello. Chris from Houston. Sup? If there's any Chris's watching from Tampa, Florida, hello to you too. Say hi to my dad. I feel kind of stupid now. Hope you guys are doing well. Chris, how do I know you? Second Chris. Chris number 2. That sounds like the crappy Chris. Chris Classic and Chris. How about that? We got Chris Classic from Houston and regular old Chris. Where are you from, Chris? There's a bit of a lag, so there's always an awkward. I'm going to spin the wheel. Poem. Finally, let's go to the poetry corner. I love reading poems. Kimmy's here. Oh my goodness gracious, Kim's here. Hello, beautiful Kim. My beloved sister Kim Harrison is here, all the way from beautiful Galveston, Texas. So she's closest to you, Chris. You ought to go out and see her perform because she's amazing. Oh, this is great. I'm so excited now. We're going to do a poem. See if I can find one. Welcome, Kim. We got a lot of Robert Frost. I never get tired of the Robert Frost. Let's go from the top. This is A Girl's Garden by Robert Frost. A neighbor of mine in the village likes to tell how one spring, when she was a girl on the farm, she did a childlike thing. One day she asked her father to give her a garden plot to plant and tend and reap herself, and he said, why not? In casting about for a corner, he thought of an idle bit of walled-off ground where a shop had stood, and he said, just it. And he said that ought to make you an ideal one-girl farm and give you a chance to put some strength on your Slim Jim arm. It was not enough of her garden, her father said, to plow, so she had to work it all by hand, but she didn't mind now. She wheeled the dung in the wheelbarrow along a stretch of road, but she always ran away and left her not nice load, and hid from anyone passing, and then she begged the seed. She said she thinks she planted one of all the things but weed. A hill each of potatoes, radishes, lettuce, peas, tomatoes, beets, beans, pumpkins, corn, and even fruit trees. And yes, she had long mistrusted that a cider apple tree in bearing there today is hers, or at least may be. Her crop was a miscellany when all was said and done, a little bit of everything and a great deal of none. Now when she sees in the village how village things go, she just seems to come in right, and she says, I know. It's as when I was a farmer, oh, never by way of advice, and she never sins by telling the tale to the same person twice. Robert Frost. I love him too. Oh, okay. La belle dame sans merci. All right then. On the Carnival Dream, one of my favorites in the world. And La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. You know, it's going to take me a second, but I'm going to figure it out because I care about you. Here we go. All right. Madame Belle Merci. Now, sadly, I don't speak French, but I'll try anyway. A ballad by John Keats. All right. I won't be reading it directly into the screen like the old days, but I think we can still make this work. Let's see. Maybe I can. Hey, look at that. If I move it over now, and I zoom in now, there we go. I think I can make that work. Just going to take a second to recenter. Oops. And here we go. La Belle Dame Sans Merci, a ballad. Oh. La Belle Dame Sans Merci, a ballad. Oh, what can all the knight-at-arms alone and palely lottering? The sedge has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Oh, what can ail thee, knight-at-arms? So happened and so woe begone, the squirrel's granary is full, and the harvest's done. I see a lily on thy brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheeks a fading rose, fast withereth too. I met a lady in the meads, full beautiful, a fairy's child. Her hair was long, but foot was light, and her eyes were wild. I made a garland for her head, and bracelets too, in thank-ridden zone. She looked at me as she did love, and made sweet moan. I set her on my pacing steed, and nothing else saw all day long, for sidelong would she bend, and sing a fairy's song. She found me roots of relish sweet, of honey wild and manna dew, and sure in language strange she said, I love thee true. She took me to her Alpen grout, and there she wept and sighed full sore, and there I shut her wild, wild eyes with kisses 4. And there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed, ah, woe beride, the latest dream I ever dreamt, on the cold hillside. I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all. They cried, La belle dame sans merci, thee hath in thrall. I saw their starved lips in the gloam, with horrid warning gaped wide, and I awoke and found me there, on the cold hill's side. And this is why I sojourn here, alone and palely loitering, though the sedge is withered from the lake, and no birds sing. There you go, Kimmy, per request. Say hi to the folks on the dream. Right now, I think you are the only one watching. So not French. So not French. It's Keats. It's so not French. Very, very nice. All right, then. Now let's spin the wheel. Unless you got another request. How you doing, Kimmy? I miss you. Is everything still okay out there? Ask me anything. Now's your chance. Headphones off. There we go. All right. Wisdom. Oh, Goosebumps. Yay! That's a great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. It's a great poem. I'll definitely add that to the list. Let's see. Let's do the wisdom. Can't go wrong with the wisdom. I got lots of it. Collected. I don't personally have a lot of wisdom, but I have a big file. That's all I'm saying. Who knows how much of it sticks? Half of the American people have never read a newspaper. Half never voted for president. One hopes it's the same half. That's some wisdom from Gore Vidal. You want another one? You got it. Life is a tragedy for those who feel and a comedy for those who think. That's wisdom from Jean de la Bruyere. Really good cheese. One more. Liberty is being free from the things we don't like in order to be slaves of the things we do like. That's wisdom from Ernest Benn. How true that is. This is fun. Hey, Tony, my man. How you doing, Tony? What the hell, what? All right, hold on. I'll go to the chat chalet. This is what I do now, Tony. This is the Words show. Who's that Tony from? I don't have last names on this thing. But here's the deal, Tony. On Sundays, I have my own little crazy studio here, and I read poems and Shakespeare and sing songs and stuff like that, and talk to the people. It's kind of like my office hours. If you want to catch up on stuff, talk about comedy, you come here on Sundays from 11 to 12:30. That's what the hell. Thanks for taking an interest, Tony. No further questions? Let's spin the wheel. Fair question, though. It's a very weird stream. No appeal whatsoever. I don't think anybody enjoys it. But Kim sticks her head in every now and then. That's worth it. Let's go sing a song. To the theater, everybody. Go. Put the headphones back on for the song. See how it goes. All right. Here we go. For the song, we will sing something soft. I hope. And if I can't find the file, then I will think of something from memory. Now let's do old country song. Let's cheer me up. Let's do King of the Road. Let's do 16 Ton. Some people say a man is made out of mud, but a poor man's made out of muscle and blood, skin and bone, a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 ton, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I grabbed my shovel and I went to the mine. I load 16 ton, a number 9 coal. The straw boss hollered, well, damn your soul. You load 16 ton, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning in the drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble been my middle name. I got one fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 ton, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I've never owed my soul to a company store, so I like that song. All right, then, let's go back to the wheel. Nice of Tony to stop by. Throw a questioning what the hell on it. Let's see. Send going. We already did one, but what the hell? Let's do. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got a big long comment now. I'm coming back. Opening credits. Here we go. Hold on. I want to see what's going on with it. I was booted and ended back in the countdown for the show start. Oh, no. Well, you should be able to move back and forth. I'm terribly sorry about that, man. Not booted by me. I'm glad you're here. How do I know you from, Tony? The people in the chat so far are two Chris's who are comedy fans from the Carnival Cruise Lines days. My beloved sister, Kim Millwater Harrison. That's her. You've probably seen her if you're a comedy fan. And my beloved dad, the producer of the program, James Millwater. He'd like to stick his head in too. Where are you from, my friend? Dead air. Not your fault. Long lag. Let's spin the wheel. Just did his end call. Don't need too many of those. Sorry about the countdown, buddy. Soothing, isn't it? It's my favorite place in the world. Shakespeare. Let us head to the Shakespeare stage. I think Dad checked out, so I'm going to go ahead and do another sonnet because I like them. This is sonnet 132 by William Shakespeare. Thine eyes I love, and they, as pitying me, know thy heart. This is sonnet 132 by William Shakespeare. Thine eyes I love, and they, as pitying me, know thy heart torments me with disdain, have put on black and loving mourners be, looking with pretty ruth upon my pain. And truly not the morning sun of heaven better becomes the gray cheeks of the east, nor that full star that ushers in the even, doth half that glory to the sober west, as those two morning eyes become thy face. Oh, let it then as well beseem my heart to mourn for me, since mourning doth thee grace, and suit thy pity like in every part. Then will I swear beauty herself is black, and all they foul that they complexion lack. I like that one. I almost understood that one. It's fun. I wonder how many more there are. It's exciting. I'm up in the high in the 130s. I'm going to run out of sonnets soon. Oh, it's Tony Knuckles, my man, fellow comedian. Yeah, man, this is what happened. Hold on, Tony. I'll tell you what's up. Hey, Tony, listen, here's the deal, pal. During the pandemic, I didn't perform for a while. Dad's still here. Very glad to see you. And beautiful Pennsylvania. I envy you, sir. I miss Pennsylvania. It's been too long since I've been there. I was there for my son's birthday, or my daughter's birthday this year. But I haven't been back since. Did Hershey Park and all that. Yeah, Tony, basically, I went a little nuts, I worked on several projects, and I got really, really irritated because the people that I was working with often wouldn't show up or do the work that they said they'd do, and they often let me down, and it made me kind of crazy and mad. So I became obsessed with finding something I could do entirely by myself. So that's kind of what this stream is. It's just me reading monologues and poems and stuff that other people have written. It's good practice, and it's fun. Some people enjoy watching it. That's the whole deal. Thanks for asking. Dad's still here. If there's any requests, you let me know, Tony. You got a favorite song or something? I'm your guy. Let's spin the wheel. I just did a song. Let's pretend it was... You know what? Yeah, let's spin the wheel. Nobody wants to hear a song. Don't want to lose it. Tony already. Do a Sinatra tune. You gotta like Sinatra with a name like Tony Knuckles. Song it shall be, a Sinatra tune. Let us go to the theater. Won't do it justice, but I'll sing it as well as I can. Let's do... How about... As Time Goes By. This is As Time Goes By. Beautiful song. You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate. Man must have his mate, which no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a quest for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Yay. That's a fun song for the whole... My OBS... OBS, thanks, man. I didn't know anybody knew about OBS. Yeah, it became my hobby the past couple years. Yeah, this is great. Thanks for saying you're watching. You've been watching? Oh, thanks, Tony. Oh, man, hold on a second. Let's go back to the chat, LA. People are saying nice things. Well, Tony said something nice to me. He says, been watching. Dad says, good morning, sister. Talking about my sister. I've been watching. Love the show. Thank you, Tony. Your OBS skills are amazing. For the folks at home, OBS is the program that I use to make all the stuff move and make my little virtual world on here. I also use it to do graphics for comedy shows nowadays, and I really enjoy doing that. It looks cool. Thanks for saying so. It's the open broadcast system. It's free. That's the great thing about OBS. It's free. It's entirely made by smarter people than me, and it's got lots and lots of options. Do you use OBS, Tony? Do you stream? I don't think I've had the pleasure of seeing one yet. I'll get back to you on that. Till such a time, what do you say we spin the wheel? I got a shortcut. Hold on. Shortcut on the button. Huh? Yeah. Thanks for saying nice things, Tony. All right, this time, let's see. We haven't done a short story yet. Haven't done a monologue. Done a little bit of wisdom. Ask me anything. Now's your chance. Hey, Tony, leave it wide open for you. Ask me anything you want to ask me, and I'll answer it when it pops up. Let's spin the wheel. Come on, poem. Oh, Shakespeare. We already did 2 Shakespeares. I'm calling this one wisdom. Now, monologue. Haven't done a monologue yet. Let's go on down to the monologue. Theater. Think you can still hear me? There we go. All right, I'm projecting now. Not psychologically, but you know, the sound of my voice. Okay, I'm probably psychologically. You know what? Don't worry about it. Let's do a monologue. I got funny ones and I got serious ones. Let's try the one from Jaws. Let me work a prop for this one. Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side, Chief. It was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte. We just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that in the water, Chief? You could tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission was so secret no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising by, so we formed ourselves into tight groups. It was sort of like you see in the calendars, you know, the infantry squares and the old calendars like the Battle of Waterloo, and the idea was the shark come to the nearest man. That man, he starts pounding and hollering, and sometimes that shark, he'd go away, but sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark looks right at you, right into your eyes. And the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be living till he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and despite all your pounding and your hollering, those sharks, they come in, and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks were there, maybe 1,000. I do know how many men. They averaged 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun's mate. I thought he was asleep. I reached over to wake him up. He bobbed up, down in the water. It was like a kind of top, appended. See, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. On noon the 5th day, a lock-haired Ventura swung in low, and he spotted us. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper here, anyway. He spotted us, and a few hours later, a big old fat PBY came down and started to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened. Waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men came out. The Sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb. Not my best work, but what an incredible monologue, huh? Jaws, that's cool. Let's spin the wheel. Poem! All right, let's go down to the Poetry Pagoda. Move it on back up here. Hi, everybody. Oh, hey, what's up? It's just me, Johnny. Talking about things. Here we go. Find the sweet spot right here, and let us read a poem. More Robert Frost? You know, I think you're right. This is After Apple Picking by Robert Frost. My long two-pointed ladder's sticking through a tree toward heaven still, and there's a barrel that I didn't fill beside it, and there may be 2 or 3 apples I didn't pick upon some bough, but I am done with apple picking now. Essence of winter sleep is on the night, the scent of apples. I am drowsing off. I cannot shake the shimmer from my sight I got from looking through a pane of glass I skimmed this morning from the water trough and held against the world of hoary grass. It melted, and I let it fall and break, but I was well upon my way to sleep before it fell. and I could tell what form my dreaming was about to take. Magnified apples appear and reappear, stem end and blossom end, and every fleck of russet showing clear. My instep arch not only keeps the ache, it keeps the pressure of a ladder round. And I keep hearing from the cellar bin that rumbling sound of load on load of apples coming in. For I have had too much of apple picking. I am overtired of the great harvest I myself desired. There were 10,000 fruit to touch, cherish in hand, lift down, and not let fall, for all that struck the earth, no matter if not bruised or spiked with stubble, went surely to the cider apple heap as of no worth. One can see what will trouble this sleep of mine, whatever sleep it is. Were he not gone, the woodchuck could say whether it's like his long life sleep, as I describe its coming on, or just some human sleep. Robert Frost. Nice. Let's spin the wheel. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. It's nice to share this with somebody. More wisdom. Can't get enough. Let's go down to the wisdom. Oh, where's my wisdom? There it is. Wrong one. Come here, I got some wisdom for you. Let's do... It takes always a second to find it. Wisdom never comes easy. There we go. The chief means of happiness in this life is the ability to concern... Gurdjieff. Let's see how that goes. Let's try again. The chief means of happiness in this life is the ability to consider externally always, internally never. That's some wisdom from Gurdjieff. The highest aim and sense of human life is the striving to attain the welfare of one's neighbor. This is possibly exclusively only by the conscious renunciation of one's own. That's also wisdom from Gurdjieff. One more. No job is beneath me or above me. If anything needs doing, I do it. Louis L. Hay. I bet you my dad wished I was a lot more like Louis L. Hay. I didn't do a lot of the hard jobs. Never really did. Let's spin the wheel. Just had to being outdoors in Florida, that's all. Oh, Tony said something. Hold on. We'll do a monologue when I get back. First, to the chat, shall I? Tony says to me, Tony says he also started OBS during the lockdowns. He used it for TK and friends, and that's Tony Knuckles and friends for the folks at home, and quarantine conversations. Now, eventually, the hashtag Lunsby Show, hashtag LUNSBSHOW, Lunsby Show. The hashtag Lunsby Show will be a video product. But you've shown me I have a lot to learn. That's ridiculous. I'm just learning how it all works myself, a little bit at a time. If I had to give you one piece of advice that I wish I had gotten on my first day, download a plugin called Pan Zoom Rotate, PZR .lua, I believe it is. It's my favorite. It's how I get all the slow zooms, and the slow zooms are really what makes it look good in my opinion. So Pan Zoom Rotate, PZR, is an excellent plugin. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. Let's spin the wheel. Big plug-in hasn't gotten to me yet. Ooh, got another monologue. See if we can't do one a little bit better. That Jaws monologue is pretty tough. That was my first time trying it. So let's go to the theater and do a monologue. See if we can't find a comedy monologue. Let's find a place for my stuff. I always like a place for my stuff. Here we go. My dad's into George Carlin, and I am too very much. Obviously, I can't perform George Carlin material on stage, but I can perform it in the woods or here where nobody's watching. So I find it really helps me get in his head with the writing and stuff like that, so I love it. This is A Place for My Stuff by George Carlin. Actually, it's just a place for my stuff, that's all. Little place for my stuff. It's all I want. It's all you need in life is a place for your stuff, I can see it on your table. Everybody's got a little place for their stuff. This is my stuff. That's your stuff. That'll be his stuff over there. That's all you need in life. It's a little place for your stuff. It's all your house is. It's a place to keep your stuff. If you didn't have so much stuff, you wouldn't need a house. You could just walk around all the time. A house is just a pile of stuff with a cover on it. You can see that when you're taking off in an airplane. You look down, you see everybody's got a little pile of stuff. All the little piles of stuff. And when you leave your house, you got to lock it up. Wouldn't want somebody to come by and take some of your stuff. They always take the good stuff. They never bother with that crap you're saving. All they want is the shiny stuff. That's what your house is. It's a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff. Sometimes you got to move. Got to get a bigger house. Why? You got no place for your stuff anymore. Did you ever notice that when you go to somebody else's house, you never feel quite 100% at home? You know why? No room for your stuff. Somebody else's stuff is all over the goddamn place. And if you stay overnight unexpectedly, they give you a little bedroom to sleep in. Bedroom they haven't used in about 11 years. Someone died in it 11 years ago, and they haven't moved any of his stuff. Right next to the bed, there's usually a dresser or a bureau of some kind, and there's no room for your stuff on it. Somebody else's shit is on the dresser. You ever notice that their shit is stuff and your stuff is shit? Get that shit off of there and let me put my stuff down. I think I got that joke backwards. Sometimes you leave your house to go on vacation, and you got to take some stuff with you. Got to take about 2 big suitcases full of stuff when you go on vacation. You got to take a smaller version of your house. It's the second version of your stuff, and you're going to fly all the way to Honolulu. Going to cross the continent, across half an ocean to Honolulu. You get down to the hotel room in Honolulu, and you open up your suitcase, and you put all your sway, your stuff. Here's a little stuff here. There's a place here for my stuff there. I'll put some stuff over there. Put some stuff. You put your stuff there. I'll put my stuff there. Here's another place for your stuff. Oh, look at this. I'll put some stuff here. And even though you're far away from home, you start to get used to it. You start to feel okay. You start to feel okay. Because after all, you do have some of your stuff with you. That's when your friend calls up from Maui and says, "Hey, why don't you come over to Maui for the weekend and spend a couple nights over here?" Oh, no. Now what do I pack, right? You got to pack an even smaller version of your stuff, the third version of your house. Just enough stuff to take to Maui for a couple of days. You get over to Maui, and I mean, you're really getting extended now when you think about it. You got stuff all the way back in the mainland. You got stuff on another island. You got stuff on this island. I mean, supply lines are getting longer and harder to maintain. You get over to your friend's house in Maui, and he gives you a little place to sleep, a little bed right next to his windowsill or something. You put some of your stuff up there. You put your stuff up there, you put your stuff up there. You got your Vicene, you got your nail clippers, and you put everything up. It takes about an hour and a half, but after a while, you finally feel okay. Say, all right, I got my nail clippers. I must be okay. That's when your friend says, "Hey, I think tonight we'll go over to the other side of the island, visit a pal of mine." Now, what do you pack, right? You got to pack an even smaller version of your stuff, the fourth version of your house. Only the stuff you know you're going to need. Money, keys, comb, wallet, lighter, hanky, pen, smoke, rubber, and change. Well, only the stuff you hope you're going to need. That's by the brilliant George Carlin. Who doesn't love that? PZPL, thank you. I wonder what that's. Okay, hold on. That was fun. I enjoy those. Let's go back to the chat. Pan, zoom, rotate. PZR. Can't beat it. All right. That's where the slow zoom comes from. Yeah. I love the slow zoom. It's all about the slow zoom. If you look at the floor does a very, very, very slow zoom. The back wall, very slow zoom in and out. That wall off to the side, slow zoom in and out. The dog stays the same size. Up to speed. All right, Dan. Let's spin the wheel. the slow zoom. I haven't figured out how to do it on the wheel yet. Too much Shakespeare. You know what? I'm not getting enough. We haven't done let's see, feeling, short story, joke. Haven't done any jokes yet. You know any old jokes, Tony? I love jokes. Let's do 3 or 4 jokes. Let's head on down to the comedy club. Some street jokes. See, what I do, Tony, is I shoot these once a week and then I chop them up and put them up on the TikTok for about a minute at a time. So, let's see. Got a lot of jokes. Nope. Hobo knocking on the door. 2 weeks later. Thing about Fred. Oh, that's not bad. Let's see. 2 guys are drinking, one of them falls on the floor. Yeah. 2 guys are drinking, one of them falls off a stool, motionless on the floor. The bartender says, "Is your buddy okay?" One thing about Fred, he always knows when to stop. Okay. Nope. That's not funny. I got a whole bunch of jokes. It doesn't matter if anybody's watching. Okay, here you go. A man goes into the veterinarian's office and says, "I think my goldfish has seizures." Veterinarian says, "He looks fine to me." Man says, "Sure, now, but wait till you take him out of the bowl." There you go. Fun. Here's his name. An old farmer is inconsolable after his dog goes missing. His wife suggests he take out an ad in the newspaper, which he does. But 2 weeks later, there's still no sign of the mutt. "What did you write in the ad?" his wife asks. "Here, boy." Okay, here we go. Survival of the fittest. You're riding a horse at full speed. You're being chased by a lion and there's a giraffe in front of you. How will you escape this highly dangerous situation? You get off the carousel. Women's Digest, people. Not women, this is Reader's Digest. All right, that's enough of that. Keep moving? You're right. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel. I didn't enjoy those jokes. I gotta do a better job of picking those out. See? Joke. Perfect. Let's do it again. Wow. All right, then. Ooh, a song. Good. I love to sing. Let's go down. Let's sing that one by the campfire. I feel like singing an old country tune. All right. Let's see. What's an old country tune I know? Willie the Wandering Gypsy and Me. That's a good one. How about... King of the Road. Never get sick of that. Trailer for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, a king of the road. A 3rd boxcar midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short but not too big around. I'm a man of means by no means, a king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all the children and all of their names, every handout in every town, every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, a king of the road. I'm a man of means by no means, a king of the road. Fun for everybody. All right, let's spin the wheel. No comments in a while, so if anybody's listening, don't forget to check in and say hi. We got a chat page. Monologue. Excellent. Let's go down to the theater to do a monologue. Let's see if I can't find a short one. How about Just a Ride? Never get sick of Just a Ride. This is Just a Ride by Bill Hicks. This is Just a Ride by Bill Hicks. This is Just a Ride by Bill Hicks. The world is like a ride in an amusement park, and you choose to go on it. You think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored and very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is it just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us. They say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever. Because this is just a ride. And we kill those people. Ha ha! Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. This just has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok. But it doesn't matter, because it's just a ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings or money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see us all as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride. Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it could, many times over, not one human being excluded. And we can explore space together, both inner and outer, forever, in peace. Just a ride. Ah, Bill Hicks. Can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. I don't know that one yet. I got to learn that one. Sounds like a good time. Thanks for writing. All right, let's spin the wheel. Can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. And I don't know that one yet. Wow, lots to learn. Definitely sounds like my kind of song. Might do Hard to Be Humble. It's been a while. Ooh, good poems. I love those. Let's go to the Poetry Corner. Let's do more Robert Frost. I like Robert Frost, don't you? And I got a big old collection, so let's enjoy some Robert Frost. This is A Dream Pang by Robert Frost. I had withdrawn in the forest, and my song was swallowed up in leaves that blew away. And to the forest edge you came one day, this was my dream, and looked and pondered long, but did not enter, though the wish was strong. You shook your pensive head as who would say, I dare not too far in his footsteps stray. He must seek. Would he undo the wrong? Not far, but near, I stood and saw it all behind low boughs, the trees let down outside. And the sweet pang it cost me not to call you and tell you what I saw does still abide, but 'tis not true that thus I dwelt aloof. For the wood wakes, and you are here for proof. Yay, Robert Frost. Spin the wheel. Thank you, Dad. Let's spin the wheel. Wow, this is coming up a lot. Let's see, we did jokes, did poems. No short story yet. Running out of time. And what the heck? Find another monologue. I think they're fun. To the theater. Let's see. Let us do. Good one. Good one. Place of Sorrows. Ooh, Charles Carrault. We'll do that one next. No One Called Jones. Fatal Beatings. Welcome to Hell. Does anything ever happen without a reason? Getting sheriff of this county. Oh, we got, there it is, 5 levels of drinking. All right. This is one of the great all-time stand-up comedy bits written by the brilliant and underappreciated Larry Miller. This is the 5 stages of drinking by Larry Miller. Well, it's 11 o'clock on a weeknight. You've had a few beers. You have work the next day, and one of your friends buys another round. One of your unemployed friends. Here at level 1, you think to yourself, oh, come on, this is silly. Why, as long as I get 7 hours of sleep, I'm cool. Level 2, it's midnight. You've had a few more beers. You've just spent 20 minutes arguing against artificial turf. You get up to leave again, but at level 2, a little devil appears on your shoulder, and now you're thinking, hey, I'm out with my friends. What am I working for anyway? These are the good times. Besides, as long as I get 5 hours of sleep, I'm cool. Level 3, 1 in the morning. You've abandoned beer for tequila. You've just spent 20 minutes arguing for artificial turf. And now you're thinking, our waitress is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. At level 3, you love the world. On the way to the bathroom, you buy a drink for the stranger at the end of the bar just because you like his face. You get drinking fantasies like, hey, fellas, if we bought our own bar, we could live together forever. We could do it. Tommy, you could cook. But at level 3, that devil is a bit bigger, and he's buying. And you're thinking, oh, come on. Come on now, as long as I get 3 hours of sleep and the complete change of blood, I'm cool. Level 4, 2 in the morning. The devil is bartending. For last call, you ordered a bottle of rum and a Coke. You are artificial turf. This time on your way to the bathroom, you punch the stranger at the end of the bar just because you don't like his face. And now you're thinking our busboy is the best looking man I've ever seen. You and your friends decide to leave right after you get thrown out, and one of you knows an after-hours bar. And here, at level 4, you actually think to yourself, well, as long as I'm only going to get a few hours of sleep anyway, I may as well stay up all night. Yeah, that'd be good for me. I don't mind going to that board meeting looking like Keith Richards. Yeah, I'll turn that around. Make it work for me. And besides, as long as I get 31 hours sleep tomorrow, cool. Level 5, 5 in the morning. After unsuccessfully trying to get your money back at the tattoo parlor, but I don't even know anybody named Ruby. At this point, the devil is going, I gotta turn in. I gotta be in hell at 9. I got that brunch with Hitler. I can't miss that. You and your friends wind up across the state line in a bar with guys who have been in prison as recently as that morning. At this point, you're all drinking some kind of thick blue liquor, usually used to clean chromes. A waitress with fresh stitches comes over, and you're thinking, someday I'm gonna marry that girl. One of your friends stands up and screams, we're driving to Florida, and passes out. You crawl outside for air, and then you hit the worst part of level 5. The sun. You weren't expecting that, were you? You never do. You walk out of a bar in daylight, and you see other people on their way to work or jogging. And they look at you, and they know. And they say, who's Ruby? But let's be honest, if you're 19 and you stay up all night, it's like a victory. It's like you beat the night. But if you're over 30, then that sun's just like God's flashlight. We all say the same prayer then. I swear I will never do this again. How long? as long as I live. And some of us have that little addition, and this time I mean it. Larry Miller, ladies and gentlemen, one of the all-time greats of the art form. All right, let's spin the wheel. It is a great one. I'm trying to collect the all-time favorites. Got to get some Kevin Meaney up in here. I miss him. Wisdom. Well, let's get some wisdom going. We got some more wisdom. Here we go. Ooh, here's one from Gandhi. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. That's wisdom from Mohandas Gandhi. There is only one success: to be able to spend your life in your own way. That's wisdom from Christopher Morley. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or self-confidence. That's from Robert Frost, one of my favorite poems. Oh, here's a political quote. Let's see if we can't get some people upset. Here we go. A liberal is a man, woman, or child who looks forward to a better day, a more tranquil night, and a bright, infinite future. That's from Leonard Bernstein, or Bernstein, depending on which timeline you're in. Liberal outlooks. Okay, I don't want to do a bunch of liberal stuff. That's true. You know what? I'm going to read one more because it's interesting. I might not share it. The essence of the liberal outlook lies not in what opinions are held, but how they are held. Instead of dogmatically, they are held tentatively, with a consciousness that new evidence may at any moment lead to their abandonment. That's wisdom from Bertrand Russell, and he's right. All right, one more. If by a liberal they mean someone who looks ahead and not behind, someone who welcomes new ideas without rigid reactions, someone who cares about the welfare of their people, their health, their housing, their schools, their jobs, their civil rights, and their civil liberties, someone who believes we can break through the stalemate and suspicions that grip us in our policies abroad. If that is what they mean by a liberal, then I'm proud to say I'm a liberal. That's from John Fitzgerald Kennedy. All right. Nice. Let's spin the wheel some more. See if I can't find some more wisdom. All right. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Fun. Looks to be about 12:15-ish. What haven't we done yet? Told a couple bad jokes. Got limericks. Running out of Zen koans. Yeah, it's a good show. Roses and thorns. Oh, this is my favorite part. Let's go to the chat chalet. Roses and thorns. This is something that my family and I do around the dinner table nightly when we get to sit and have dinner, which isn't nearly enough. The idea is that you say one bad thing that happened to you and one good thing that happened to you. What was your rose and what was your thorn for the day, or indeed for the week? I'll start. You guys go ahead and type your roses and thorns in here, and then I'll read them, and we'll talk about them. My rose this week, let's see. I got to see my buddy Tony a couple times. Tony Esposito, great stand-up comic, and one of my mentors, originally from Orlando, now lives up here in Charlotte. And I got to see him 3 or 4 times this week. Got to hang out, play games, eat food. It was really, really nice to see Tony. He's a great guy, and I enjoy his company. So that was the rose. My thorn, oh, here we go. All right, a couple weeks ago I did a show, right? I did Johnny Millwater Presents 4, and one of the acts was 2 professional wrestlers called the other guys, Keith Mack and Stu Snodgrass. They're 2 of my favorite wrestlers. They were performing in Denver, North Carolina. They're wrestling, I don't know what you call it. They performed in Denver, North Carolina for a campground show last night. And I took my son because I wanted to go see the guys wrestle. And we were supposed to bring Tony and his family, but Tony canceled at the last minute, so it was just me and my boy. And when we got there, there was all the ringside seats were taken, and a guy sat down right before the show started. It's just the drunkest, loudest redneck. Tony, you know, drought lunk nednecks? Yeah, you know the drought lunk nednecks. I hate them too. Loud, drunk rednecks. This guy was legendary. This guy was spitting on me when he talked, dropping elbows by accident, yelling racial slurs. He scared the hell out of my son. 5 years ago, I probably would have ended up fighting. It was rough. It was rough. And Orion said, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go home. So we didn't even get to see our friends wrestle. We had to leave early. But I completely understood because he was nuts. So rude. Ah, ah. I didn't think he could be too rude for a wrestling show. I thought that was the appeal. You get to jackass it up a little bit. But this guy, ooh, legendary. Just irritating. Dad's the same as always, and there's nothing wrong with that. Roses and thorns. They're here or they're not here. You got the dogs and the cats? That'll cheer you up too. My dog is slowly dying, coughing worse every day. We're going to have to make the hard call soon. I try not to think about it. Debbie said, I think today's the day, last week, but I wasn't even close to being ready to let go. Love my Starbuck. That was a thorn. Other than that, things are good. There we go. All right, up to speed. Let's spin the wheel. That was fun. Here we go. Ooh, a song. All right, let's do a theater song. Do love to sing. Let us find something simple and fun. How about Hard to Be Humble? Uh-oh. Can't quite read Hard to Be Humble. It's printed incorrectly, so I shall do I've Been to Georgia on a Fast Train by Billy Joe Shaver. On a rainy, windy morning, that's the day that I was born on that sharecropper's one-room country shack. They say my mammy left me, same day that she had me, said she hit the road and never once looked back. And I just thought I'd mention that my grandma's old age pension is a reason why I'm standing here today. I got all my country learning, living and a churning, picking cotton, raising hell and baling hay. I've been to Georgia on a fast train, honey. I wasn't born no yesterday. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no needin' y'all treating me this way. And sweet Caroline, well, I don't guess I'll ever find another woman put together like you are. With your wiggle and your walking and your big city talking and your brand new shiny Plymouth ragtop car. Oh, it's hurry up and wait in this world of give and take. Seems like haste makes for waste every time. And I swear to my soul, when you hear those ages roll, you better know I'm gonna get my share of mine. I've been to Georgia on a fast train, honey. I wasn't born no yesterday. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no needin' y'all treating me this way. Fun. That's by the late Billy Joe Shaver. I enjoy his work quite a bit. Let us spin the wheel again. Here we go. Feelings. Well, we already did that, didn't we? Wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom today. Can't have too much, you know? In my constant search for wisdom, I have been given an excellent list by a friend of mine. Let us find that list of wisdom. Nope, that's monologues. I wish I could figure out what to do with this dead time. It seems like I have 15 seconds before every time I open something, and I need a way to cover it. I could tell a joke, I could be charming and funny, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So let us go. Come on, wisdom, why are you being like that? Having a hard time finding my wisdom. That's not wisdom. Come on. Limerick's wisdom. Here's some wisdom. Don't give up. When we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's wisdom from Nelson Mandela. Language was created the word loneliness to express the pain of being alone. And it has created the word solitude to express the glory of being alone. That's wisdom from Paul Johannes Tillich. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. That's wisdom from Albert Einstein. Gonna do one more. Read every day something no one else is reading. Think every day someone no one else is thinking. Do every day something no one else would be silly enough to do. It is bad for the mind to continually be part of unanimity. That's wisdom from Christopher Morley. I like it. Oh, thank you, Dad. Kind of you to say. Let's spin the wheel. I think I got time for one more. Get a song. Let's do one more poem. I love doing the poem. One more Robert Frost. What do you say? Everybody likes it, a Robert Frost. For my collection, we'll do some Robert Frost. Here we go. This is Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. I have been one, acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet when far away an interrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still, at an unearthly height, a luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one, acquainted with the night. Yay. Good stuff. All right, then. That's enough of me. Let's go back to... All right. I agree with your producer. Good show. Very kind of you to say, Tony. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. Check your stories. I usually put some kind of poem or something on every single day. Let's go to the desk. Closer. Closer. Here we go. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you had a few laughs. Hope you had some fun. Don't forget to check back with us next week at 11:30. We'll be going again. Actually, 11 till 12:30. We'll be going again. If you have any favorite poems or wisdom you'd like me to share, send it to me and I'll do it on the show. I love you, Dad. Thanks for paying attention. Thank you very much, Tony, for joining us. If any of the Chris's are still watching out there, hope to see you again soon. Remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself first. Then, if you can, find somebody else to love. And then when you see how good that feels, try loving everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Till next time, be good, but not too good. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Do-do-ba-do-do-do-do. Keep shining through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell 'em I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. See you real soon. my happy place.